Me6. Me6. Me6, why aren't you doing the going live notification? Please. I just set that up for you. And I'm live. Do it. Do it. What? The bloody beam bot is better than you. Oh. Alright. So. Let's start off mountain stuff here. Oh, and it's all silent now. Whoa. Hang on. I got to switch over an OBS beforehand so that I don't have to minimize in the game, which makes it all crash. So silent thing for it's a silent period. The quiet and crouching. See, in the wake of the whole net neutrality thing, I was going to do an on-stream call to Congress. But I could not find a way to do so, which is concerning if I can't find, you know, on Battle for the Net and stuff. It's supposed to be like, oh here, call Congress button. Do it. You can do it just like that. Easy. No, couldn't find a thing anywhere. More what? Silly. Plus, we'd have to probably say personal information on stream. That would be a bit awkward. No, not gonna do that. But off stream, yes. I already wrote them a letter. I've done something at least. Now regular short kind of stream for like 3 hours. Should we explore this a bit more? And hopefully, wait, change it, come say something in the chat, because the thing is going to stay there until someone says something in the chat, and I can't minimize. Oh no. I believe last stream, the first one, everything was really quiet for a long time. And everything's really dark. It's really dark outside. Can't see a single thing. Probably should have reconsidered having the Darker Nights mod thing on. Yeah. Because it's pretty dark and we don't have much in the way of light sources. And I think it's oh, okay, no, it's alright. Whoa, whoa. What's going on over there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Oh, not again already. Hang on. I need to see if I can say something in the chat. Can I? No. I cannot select it. Let's wait. Can I? Ooh, can I do this? Yes. Ah, you were watching memes. Here now, yes. I was just about to defend in chat. Okay, wait. Yeah, yes, yes, we're good to go now. And it's about to get very dark again, isn't it? I don't know if you can turn off the Darker Nights mod, you know, mid-game like this. Like that. Ooh, but we did. Look, we have actual equipment. Yeah. Now we look actually nice and good and stuff. There's a lot of gunshots. And it's raining again. Can I quickly see it again? Right. I've got a rifle that I don't need to worry about the ammo for. Come and try and get me. Actually, don't do that. Let's see. I need to get reoriented. Okay, yes, just going this way. I'm hoping to find something, anything that can help us survive. Yeah, pretty much after you left last time, Chainsy, it was a lot of quiet outside. And a lot of walking in lots of darkness. It was pretty much just at the end that... wrong button, okay. That we just ran into that shootout going on over there, and... what's going on now? On light. Vegas Boulevard. Okay, whoa. What is that? Is that a... That's a spider. The size of a large dog. Oh. Oh, I don't like this. No, 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 no. No. Oh gosh, it's resistant to everything. Stop. Stop. I don't like you. Don't exist. Yep, that's Fallout. Oh, the aliens are back. Why are they following me? What's going on here? Hello? Can you nuke the... Oh no. Oh no! Oh, everything's gone wrong. Fire, please. What are you? Enclave Super Soldier. I didn't do anything wrong. Alien Worker. Well, it looks like we're playing XCOM. Hashtag, where's the spaceship? Oh dear. Just gonna run. Yeah, there was no escaping that. Aliens, why? I thought we were friends. You know, world space roommates. Huh. If you had the chance for a do-over in life, what would you do differently? See, it's a bit of a dilemma there. Because I could easily revert, you know, mistakes that led to people dying. Go back with knowledge. Well, actually, would I be able to keep knowledge? Like, would I be able to know what I do now? Probably just be a do-over, but with different decisions. Still wouldn't have the knowledge to do it. I probably wouldn't be able to revert some of the nasty things. But if those nasty things were reverted, then... Ooh. Well, I wouldn't exactly be who I am today with the knowledge that those mistakes granted me. So it's a bit of an odd thing where it's kind of a good thing that these mistakes are a thing. I guess they're not really mistakes, they're just really bad circumstances that I was around for and was a bit naive in combating them. Hey, we've got gloves. That's nice. Cool. I like additions to our wardrobe. Could be interesting going back to being like 5 with knowledge of everything you have now. Oh yes, I could change the world. I could change everything. I could not be shot. No, move. Why couldn't I move? Okay. Still have a bit of a low health problem. Oh, and also, yeah, that's a thing. Radiation. Making us so... What is that? Stop. Alright, we actually have a chance against some of this. We're kind of cornered, though. They might die in a moment. Okay, stop reverting my controls! Sneaking. Sneak. Why did it only save my controls the one time and then from then on just decided not to? Silly. Oh, they've seen me and my friends are dead. Oh dear. Well. Is there any way we can proceed? We're a bit underpowered at the moment. Okay. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? Home. Because home is good. I like home. It's nice. And we have video games. And streaming capacity. Oh, I don't know. Actually, is otherworld travel possible? Well, not asking if it is possible, but within the confines of the question. I know it's possible. I've done it. Yes. Ooh, they come to us. This does not seem like adequate cover. 5 possessions. So that can be a bit complicated too, since goo pile? Oh no, no, no. Goodness. Okay. These 5 positions might have 3 requisites. Like, if you kept a computer, would you also need electricity? Would you have access to that? And... yeah, we can do this. Yeah. Yes. Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away! Woo! We did it. Okay, you muton. It's literally a muton. Look at him. This is XCOM. Is this what those rookies feel like? Oh, he had nothing. Okay. Just gonna run. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Might not have a body anymore. Oh, God. Kind of out of cover this way. I can't... They're approaching. If I stand up, they'll be able to... Well... it might be worth the risk. We just need to run. And hope we can make it. I need to find a doctor to get rid of radiation poisoning. Oh, that's another person shooting at me. Hopefully some partial cover this way. Here we go. Right. We're doing a little bit of backtracking. Come on. He's got like a red vest on. Can't aim very well when one of your arms is dying. Okay, hang on. I think I'll find the Knights of St. Yeah, we have. I mean, this is pretty accurately, you know, portrayal of what things would be like post Kalukan. When the end of the world comes. through deft hands. This might actually be a good thing right here. Yay! Right, someone get my radiation out of here. Make me better. Do we have any stim packs at all? Come on, we could use those. What age do you feel right now and why? That's interesting. Wait, I forgot the question before that. Was I still answering it? Today? I'm dead. I'm dead. You don't have to come check on me. Oh, goodness. Okay. This is especially tricky since. But there's the. Actually, did you kill them all? Kill NCR. I think that's what they're trying to do. What are you? Fiend. Okay. Right, if I was answering a question before, I forgot what that was, but... Right, what age do you feel right now? I feel like I've lived for around 90 years. I have that many memories, at least. It's weird. Makes you sound crazy. Ooh. Like those. At least we can scavenge these things. Okay, if you could witness any event of the past, present, or future, what would it be? That's a tricky one. So many things come to mind. I mean, I don't really need to, like, see a bunch of historical events and such. Ooh, being a part of them would be different. But just to witness, I would probably want to look to the future. I at least want to see, you know, if humanity would be able to come up with some sort of hive mind sort of thing. Like, more thorough than the internet. Which is hopefully not destroyed, you know, tomorrow. Because this is where we're headed if it does. You blew it up, you bastards. Yeah, probably some... Or actually, maybe even more than that. Haha, mutons. Got you. Actually, he's more like a enemy within, you know, first XCOM kind of muton. One of those berserkers. Genetic engineering at its height. I would love to see that. How are they behind me too? Alright, that's not fair. Please! Okay. Well... If you could instantly invest 10,000 hours into a single skill or profession, what would it be? Oh dear, now that one would depend on my intentions. Run. Right, I don't think we can escape them. I think we have to fight them. Right here. Ready weapons. That mutant is actually something within the lore, surprisingly. Ooh! Probably would be. Fancy. Okay, 10,000 hours. See, it sounds like a lot, but that might actually not be too much depending on the profession. Instantly. I don't know, because if I wanted to be some sort of, like, international assassin, then, I don't know, parkour or something. Ooh, parkour would be fun to do flawlessly. Like, so many exciting things that you could do, but I would, like, practically, might be good to have some sort of video game experience. Not playing it, I mean... I've already got 10,000 hours there. I mean, like, coding or something so that I could just do it. Something that could help me with my current goals. I've got games I need to make. I need it. Games to make that everyone can make games from. Everyone, everywhere, everything, yes. Skill investment question. I'd like to be able to play the piano. Yes. That would be really nice to be able to flawlessly play an instrument. Actually, a guitar teacher that I had, he is a brilliant musician, by the way, and a really good person. Stay with us at long range. He had musical theory down and memorized so well that pretty much he could play any instrument, even one that he hadn't seen before, and be able to play that almost flawlessly. And it was beautiful. Can't play any instruments. Really disappointed I never learned. Natural talent helps. One's down already. Nope, no, not from the side. Goodness, okay. Taking a stand is not the smartest thing it seems. I'm glad we got this weapon though, so that we can actually retaliate. Much better cover than before, at least. Oh, they are going to be able to surround me. Easy. Huh. Wait. Whoa. Alright, well there's the there's another nuke. Wow. Not going out there. Okay. Season 5 of Vikings have not yet watched. Really want to get to that. I have to wait for the rest of my family though. We all watch it together. Wow. Who are we fighting? Goodness, yeah, the war never stopped. Everyone still wants to rule what's left of the world, even if they destroy it. Whoa, dude. Nope. 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 Huh. Well, this will be a bit tricky. Ow, 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 ow. Don't get stuck. She doesn't like the violence. Aww. Yeah, Vikings can get a bit violent. Vikings is in the people and the show. Mostly the people. Goodness. But it's always about so much more than that. Good, we have advantage. Wow. Alright, we're up against super soldiers. Whoa. Alien grenades. Thank goodness for this vantage point. You got a favorite character in Vikings? Ooh. A bit generic, but probably Ragnar. him right there. This might be good. I might have another favorite that I'm just not remembering. Ew. Yeah. Floki, Floki, yes, Floki, Floki, yes. He is the Tyrion Lannister of Vikings. Oh dear. Oh dear. That hurt. That's not good. Oh, that's not good. Don't black out. Don't black out. Hang on. Oh, I can help. Doctor's bag. Yes, yes, you're good. You're good, right? Gonna need more stim packs. Bloody hitboxes. Over. Whoop. Huh. Yet to watch any Game of Thrones. Ooh, interesting. I actually almost kind of like Vikings a little better than Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Hang on, which one is Ivar again? I might be... I'm really familiar with the name and the character I know, but... Which ones go together? What food have you never eaten but would really like to try? More pizza. Oh. Huh. Can we, can't get out of this, can we? Yes, end of Season 4. Or that is Season 4, Part 2. Too bad we don't have any friends in this world yet. I don't want to go wasting any ammunition. That's not good. Goodness. Don't think we can get out of these. Well, not by fighting them. Going to have to run, perhaps. Alright. Let's see if we can escape. Oh, the bone. Yeah, of course. Ivar. Yes, Ivar the Boneless. Yeah, he's kind of insane. Interesting. I like him. Seriously though, I'm not sure what... Keep out. Okay. Oh god. Right. Backtrack. Run this way. This is giving me Skyrim flashbacks. I love this. Okay. That's nice. I'm not sure what food I would like to eat. There's foods that I would like to like. But any prospective fine sustenance that I can get behind, it's difficult to find. Yes. It's the spiciest thing you've ever eaten. I'm not sure. I did actually try... I tried this, like, buffalo chicken nugget thing just yesterday. I hadn't tried before. That thing is spicy! And I actually kind of liked it. So that was interesting. Is it much food I don't like? You lucky bastard! I like as many foods as I have friends. This might be a viable route. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Sorry for existing. Oh, Crafter! It's been a while since you've been here. Hello! Welcome to, XCOM failed twice, and there are still aliens about. And, oh. No! Yes, in this stream series here, we're playing as, K-Lucan's wife, Adriane. Okay. You know, for as long as possible. Oh! You darn spooked me, you did. But no longer. This gun does nothing! Oh, that did something. Alright. Fire! No! Going good, though. Buffalo wings are great. Oh, yes. Had some in Vegas. Over there. Alright, actually, I went to Vegas once for a wedding. I loathed every moment there. I mean, I was, like, 9 at the time, and it's not really a place for that, I guess. But just, it was just slimy everywhere. Like, figuratively and literally. Like, supposedly there were some entertaining things in the distance, and we tried to walk there, like, in the middle of the day. We got halfway to where this, like, whole play thing was going on, and then I guess it was nighttime, and it was weird seeing it get to a certain time of the day where everything just clicked. It was like, okay, not safe for work time. Except everything is safe for work there, I suppose, since that is work. That's interesting. But yeah, yeah, it's just everyone was very unpleasant and gave the evil eye everywhere. It was weird. And everything smelled of cigarettes and alcohol. Actually, I enjoyed it. There were a lot of prostitutes, like a lot. A lot. A lot. Which is a funny thing, because actually some advertisements that we saw before we went there, like, as we were just like looking at the hotel and stuff, trying to make arrangements for appearing at the wedding and such, there were things like on websites and such saying, the Las Vegas, this family-friendly experience. They literally said family-friendly experience there. No, it's not. It's not good. for your family. It's not good for not your family. It's not good for you. Especially when there's aliens about. Oh no! You want to go, do ya? I can see what... Okay. Well, I can see Mumbo is having a good time. There's always something new around every corner. This is beautiful. Oh goodness. Remembered where you stayed. I think it was at a pretty famous hotel. I think it was featured in like the some movies, like maybe Ocean's 11. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, that's a highlight. Clip that. Go on, me viewers. Go. Oh, it's already a clip right there. Yeah. Duh. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Emote? Wait, did you link to the emote rather than... Oh, I have custom emotes for the channel. I forgot to make a command where it shows them all off, but I think it should be in the Better Twitch TV menu. There's 5 custom emotes in there. Good stuff. Goodness, bullshit as ashit pie. Alright, is it insensitive, or is it, is that a really unfortunate name? Like, it's a shit pie. I mean, it's really fitting to him, but... Oh. The whole... Donald Trump thing going on... Oh, the audio cut out. Oh, I think that's a crash. Uh-oh. He didn't like me putting away the gun. It's very fitting. Goodness. The what's it called? The Trump cabinet isn't the right word, but the Trump faction is like turning on Wild Wild Wasteland perk thing. Not a perk, but that effector. Everything is just weird, and not in a good way. He did tell as many shit lies. I mean, just his face in one still picture. You can see that slimy, smug lyingness there. Nasty creature. But then you watch like the interviews that he does and such, where you can see he's blatantly lying and he knows it. And he enjoys the pain that he is causing to people. Something very odd about that kind of person. Isn't it weird how it's almost a phenomenon? Like, that kind of person and those sorts of events have seemed to happen all around the world at the same time. Actually, kind of throughout history. But... Ooh. Cringe whenever I hear his name. I know. So do I. It's a terrible... It's kind of a rough name. But a little bit within it, but oh, putting that to... Oh, I can just see his face when I close my eyes and it's burning my brain. What's the most addicted to a game you've ever been? Well, since birth to now. And strongly? So, God, it reset the controls again. Okay, save my control action map thing. It's weird, it's started out left control, then I changed it once and it saved that, and every time since then it's just disregarded that. Makes sense. He knows that he's dragging his own name through mud and the A shit. Right. Nice. I mean, I don't think they care. Like, if reputation were a thing, yeah, Trump would not be a name anywhere aside from, you know, Jailhouse Records, which sounds like a record company, actually. Music. Is that? Goodness, people go crazy when the world ends, don't they? Ooh. On. Defensive measures. Yeah, I shot the gun out of his hand. Oh, I love doing that. Okay. And run. This. Wait, they do care about what? Whoa, whoa. Okay, good. What's the coldest you've ever been? Pretty cold? I don't know. I haven't frozen to death. Actually, yeah, that would be true. They do very much care about their reputation. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying, "Oh yes, there's people everywhere around the world attended my inauguration. There were more than 2 people there. Definitely." Used to the same batch of crazy doing into the world. Yes, 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 they do. El Rey Motel. No vacancy. Oh, vacancy. Whoop. Huh. Nukalan. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa there. There's no door. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Oh no.
Anybody there?
I'm in here. Help me. Oh. Oh no. Okay. I'd like to rent a room. For life. Goodness. This is like Skyrim, except we don't really have much of a chance. Like, instead of being chased from, one direction, like by trained group of hunters. This is like a global war going on here with lasers and friggin' corrupted jumbo. Out there, I don't know. How do we get anywhere? That's what limbo looks like. Not sure. Limbo is a weird concept. Do you like maps? Both real and fantasy. Really like maps. Cartography. I'm not sure. Personally, like I don't have a vested interest in maps, like making them and this and that. Get my Karen. Maybe we should stop off here. These people have guns and they're not shooting me with them. Like lasers. Lasers are good. Like, making maps? is kind of difficult. And I don't know, I'm not too interested in I don't know, like there's not too much of a passion behind making them or seeing them, but I do really like the feel you can get from some maps. Such free ammunition, thank you. Like there's been some Lord of the Rings maps and such that have just been cool. Seems accurate. Is there anything I can do in here? Oh, it's just... Hang on, are you a doctor? I'm dying. Oh, funny thing happened last D&D session. And what is the funniest word in the English language? The entirety of Monty Python.
Hello. We should be taking the fight to
no,
the Legion,
doctor.
not waiting for them to pick us apart.
Is there a doctor amongst the troop tents? Anyone anywhere? Okay. Codswallop. I feel like I've heard Cilia. Motory engine. Silenced. There's one in the terminal. Doctor. Wait. Terminal. Oh, over there. Yes. I need that. Sorry. I need these. Okay. At the start of the session, I trolled the group by playing... Oh god, Dora and the Map song. Oh god, you monster! Alright, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Wait, I think... I hear things. What am I gonna do? Was that a bullet impact at the distance? Why do I hear things? So... It's like a training range? Oh! What is going on? Am I not supposed to be here? Sorry. Okay. Was that a restricted zone, or did someone find their pistol missing? Ow. Sadly, you forgot to start the stream when you did. Oh no! Didn't get on the highlights. Darn. I saved after I stole the pistol. Okay, okay. Hopefully that was just a restricted zone. Nope. No. Who's shooting? Why? What? Electro City Engineer? Electro City. Bye. And... Oh, what's going on? Are we in a death trap? What's happening? It's like everyone's okay. And... Suddenly engineers have machine guns and... Okay, fucking... Just... I didn't touch it. One word, run. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak, if that's even possible. Just, nope. Nope. So many mods on I'm not familiar. Okay. What? What's your problem? Am I not supposed to be in the camp? Do they, like, really know that I like, touched one of their things? Man, it lagged a lot after... Ah, Thaskalos, hail! From Beam. Interesting. Hello again, good old friend. Goodness. Is there any way to check if I'm in bad graces with people? What's going on in here? I don't understand. Should I roll? Okay, NCR. Neutral. Is neutral shoot on sight? Oh, but I checked to make sure no one saw me. Look, there's one person there. Just this engineer. You bloody engineer. Nope. You're not saying anything about me. I should take these. I think for some reason it was just that engineer that either mod added them and they just weren't set right. And they started attacking me, but they're on the NCR faction, so everyone attacked? What was that? I don't understand. Alright, that never happened. Hello? Bitterroot. Huh. Next, strength, intelligence. Are you punching a car? What even on? Okay. If you had a HUD that showed 3 stats about any person you looked at, what 3 stats would you want it to show? I think I vaguely remember answering that question several streams back, but I don't remember exactly how I answered it. Let's see. Ooh, favorite characters? Tent, Bitterroot. Gotta check them out. Hello.
Hello.
Sterling. Let's have a chat.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, First Recon. Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had.
Right. Let's see it. Hang on. First off, those 3 stats. Ten of Spades. Is that what the character's name is, or is that... What's 10 of Spades? There we go. But I don't know how much this will vary from how I answered before. Let's see. I think to tell if someone's lying? Maybe? Or depending on how broad you can go, just the entirety of their emotional state. Including any changes that would indicate lying. Character name. Pen. I don't know, there's some stats I'm not sure how they would be defined. But, you know, a stat indicating if they're cool and good. Ooh, maybe personality type. That could be interesting. Personal compatibility. Or... Or, you know, just use all 3 stats to give me all of the information about these people. So that I'll have complete knowledge and power over them. And use it only for good. Alright, we never met.
Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all. And a lot of scouting from place to place.
Bye.
Always a pleasure.
Another
Keep
character.
yourself safe.
Another character, wrong character. Sorry, goodbye. Where is the 10 of spades? Oh, I can take this stuff? Ticket of Death would be a good one. Oh yes, the Shinigami eyes. Ooh. What's all this? Cool.
Hello. Ten of spades. How got his name? Lieutenant Gorobet. Is he nearby? Tactical guard dog. Alright. Just having the tactical guard dog write up a report, I see. Is he anywhere around here? There's no 10 of spades in here. There's only the 2 people. There's Lieutenant Gorobet and Corporal Betsy. So, are they wandering about? Where is the 10th spade? I'm not sure where he is. Inside, okay. Nope. 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 Nope.
Hey.
Hello. We are on a search for meta-knowledge. Huh. Where...
We should be taking the fight to the Legion, not waiting for them to pick us apart.
Where is everyone? Where is the spade? Oh, it's getting dark. Ah. Ooh. Oh, I ran away. That's what I need. Kind of desperately. Fortunately, there's like blinds everywhere around here. My journey is more important than yours. Okay. Now... report? Weird. Can I get in here? Hmm. Ooh. Can we use that to actually fly out of here? Doctor? Oh, I'm having a flashback. I remember I watched someone play this game a little bit long time ago.
and they had full carrying capacity, but they really wanted to sell all of this stuff that they had gotten.
Evening.
So, from wherever they were outside in the wasteland, they trekked at 0.1 speed all the way back here to sell something to someone. And it was agonizing. You a doctor?
You lost?
Yeah. Doctor? Ooh. Cool armor.
Sorry, no.
Nice warning. Okay. So that's nice. Oh, wait. Bloody person's gonna shoot at me again. Hang on, hang on. Get over here, you stupid, silly NPC. Come on.
You can't hide from me forever.
You bastard. No more. No. Quiet. My precious. Yes.
Good stuff. Hang on, I'm just gonna go consciously steal from you again. Things that I desperately need. Where is any of that? Ah, let me go. Yes, just in this tent. On business almost concluded. Whoop. Whoop. Whoop.
Yes.
Hello. Good. And a save. There we go. Rex is a good boy. Isn't that a dog? That would actually be really helpful to, okay.
Have a nice day.
Finally, a nice robot. Okay. That good stuff, boys. I wish to find this Rex. I have a feeling that would be extremely helpful right now. Being attacked every which way by people for no reason. At least there aren't any weird giants in here that want a one-on-one fist fight. I don't know. Should we go inside or just continue on our way? We do have some drugs to counteract the radiation. I'll see if I can find this doctor. Are you a doctor?
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
That would be preferable. Challenge of this run is to take on Mumbo 2.0 one-on-one. Sorry, can I touch this door? Oh, this is a nice place. Your jails are empty. I wonder why. Just need to find the doctor. I'll be getting out of this place.
You got something to say, or do you always look like that?
Thanks. He looks cool. Can I be in there with him? You are not a doctor. Goodbye. Inaccessible. Okay. Doctor? Not a doctor. Airplane. Also not a doctor. Doctor! Up top. Into concourse. How do we go up? Because we're already up. Hang on. What's in here? Ah.
Sorry.
Oh my god, not again. Fuck off! Fuck off! Screw this. You're all bad at your jobs. Unless we saved over here this time. NCR armor. We would have to acquire NCR armor first, which would mean, like, silently killing one of these people out here or something. And we look so cool. I mean, look at us. At least without the goggles. Nice. Squeaky mouse wheel. Ah. Screw it, I'm not going back in there. Nasty place. So empty, so much walking to do, and I've got no speed. Oh yeah, speed is a drug in this game, isn't it? Not got none of that either. Excuse me while I self-medicate. Away. Do a little bit of this over time. We have about 900 rads to get rid of. I think we're going to need a little more than that, aren't we? Young Callow Nord. Oh, Callow Nord. Memories. He had a cool gun. Callow Nord. Okay, it's been like 15 years. Was Callow Nord the mercenary that you get on your side, or was he the best bounty hunter in the galaxy there that tracks you down like we're playing Skyrim? Oh. Oh. Fallout is not okay. Alright. Crashing. Back up, you! No, wait, the mercenary that you get on your side, that's Canderous, isn't it? Callow Nord is the bounty hunter, right? The best bounty hunter. Work for Davik. Yeah, not the Mandalorian. That's it, yeah. Ooh, the Meeseeks existential biomass notification finally came through on Discord. Yay! Like 30 minutes late, but good. Ah, hello! Hey there! Enrique the Fifth! I'll get spoilers for crashes because I see them pop up on Steam. Oh.
Selsun blue. Is that like a color of hair dye? Or the blue here? Maybe it's a blue here. Right, back out into that deathly waste. Yeah. Rocky Mountains. Is this some sort of like sleeper agent code? Are you trying to activate something? Or someone? Hair dye stream at 1,000 subs. Definitely, especially since I can't get subs yet. Ooh. I mean, I could get donators. Not sure. But viewers are so much more valuable. The people, their energy here. The story ongoing. No one sees the power in that. I'm up in the sky watching you right now. Oh. Ta-da! I see Rocky Mountains. And I'm up in the Selsun blue sky. Is this a song? I feel like this is a song. But one that I don't know of. Or a poem. What? Oh goodness, already. Where do we go from here? Goodness. Ah. Who's on my side? Okay. Right, where did we have to go again? How are we going to survive? Goodness, it's still so far away. We've only made it halfway. Almost halfway. And it's only getting worse. This way.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
I think that's the way that... Who are you? You have a cool thing too. Cowboy. Okay. Good dialogue.
It's been a long tour. All I can think about now is going back home.
I don't think there's a place that's not this right now. But I agree. For my home is in another time. That you will never see. Wouldn't go down the left highway. Yeah, that seems to be the danger zone where there's no people. Ooh, nice guns though.
It's been a long tour. All I can think about now is going back home.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Full of very mean things. Oh god, it's getting dark. Oh no. Has he seen the howitzers? I went up by a place that said trespassers will be killed. And it was in a large, open kind of space that had divots. Those might have been natural. And can we cross the fence? Yes. Wish the flashlight was a little bit more pointed outwards.
we just sneak out this way? Haven't been here for all of it. What? Okay. This is why I don't go outside in real life. Okay. Ouch. Huh. Did the NCR not want me to go that way either? Okay. Just gonna... Yeah. Hang on, take some radiation stuff. Yes. Huh. Ouch. Nevik, so you are a storyteller? Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Storytelling is my passion and my purpose. The nuance of the world must be uncovered. And I will do so. With efficiency. Well, tell us a story of the last time you went outside in real life. My friend died to a cult. Pretty much. So, that's the gist of it. No, I'll tell more. Okay. At least it's only one of these things. Alright, multitasking. Storytelling and combat. Let's go. Whoa. Whoops. Did I make something explode over there? Okay. Did not stand still. Ooh. Okay. So, let's see. What's the point in real life when there's so much more story online? I know, all of the best things have been accumulated into this grand hive mind that is the internet, and creation abounds. Yep. Ooh. Good stuff. Let's see. I guess there isn't as much to tell with that story as I would think. Just, whoa. Okay. Huh. That was me, right? Did I hit a gas tank or something? That's not something coming towards us, is it? Go for the laptop. Be back. Alright. Yeah, that way. How are we doing on radiation? Horrific. Okay. There we go. Yeah, pretty much. Friend not in a good place. Other friend in a better place. But still. Oh.
Please clear the area until order has been restored.
Not again. Doesn't help that I can't see a thing. And multitasking. Oh, so many things. It's beautiful. Right.
One friend in trouble. Other friend helpful but religious. Actually, both of them heavily religious. Friend in trouble. Became a part of some very well, how to describe it? Various online religious groups, some of which having to do with religious writing? Like fantasy writing, but religious. Welcome back, Chainsy. Baccarino! Long story short... Not again! Long story short... this friend was in a very weak mental state and female, and this really creepy old guy vowed to help her through it, and he's the kind of guy to claim that God talks to him in some way, or he knows what God wants, and using my friend's religiousness in a time of great peril. It was her family was terrible. You know, if murder wasn't a bad thing, I would consider it for them, you know. Yeah, they already drove her to the breaking point, and then yes, this culty guy. No, this is true. This isn't me making stuff up. This is me trying to explain a memory. You said tell the last time of when I was outside, and this is, I guess, not exactly about being outside, but it's why I was outside, I guess? I don't know. It takes place over many months, I suppose, so inside and outside during that time, but these friends were pretty much the reason that I went outside whenever we were finally, you know, allowed to see each other. Let's see, so this friend, I'm doing a terrible job explaining this and not dying trying to identify shadows. That's a wall, okay. Right, so the friend that was at the mental breaking point, yeah, frequented a lot of like religious forums. She had a very creative side to her. She was very into writing, so she was a part of this religious writers resource collection thing? I don't know, it was sort of like a social platform. I think it was called Holy Worlds. Yeah, like Christian Writers Group or something like that. I don't know, it was kind of weird.
Give me that light back, silly.
And through there and a few other places, including some Google Plus stuff. I don't know everywhere where this happened, which really didn't help. I really didn't know much about this by the time I learned what was going on. I started to hear that there was this, counselor that was helping my friend through all of these problems, which I fortunately knew extensively. I was there doing most of it. Okay.
Bad fiend gunner. Can't you see I'm telling a story here?
Alright, you're...
No, you're getting the gun.
I can't see him. Oh god. There we go. Well. Help me, NCR. Sorry, are you undercover?
Ow.
Okay. That, I'm gonna lose my place in this story, goodness. Multitasking is not always my thing, at least when it comes to speaking about multiple things. Stop. Wait. Hang on, I'll get back to the story. Just need to focus on theatrically dying. Hang on, we've got flames in a pistol. That did almost nothing. Okay.
Like the sight of your own blood? Nothing to eat but magnet lead for 3 days.
Nope.
Get him. Get Slay.
Oh.
Hang on. Gotta reload the thing.
How have we not died yet?
Okay. Finish him.
All of those missed, didn't they? We were too close. It shot through his head on the other side of it.
Alright, you're getting the prod, mister. Nope.
Ooh.
Get him while he's down.
Alright, this is kind of effective. If it can keep him stunned like this, it's a bit gruesome.
Critical strike.
Okay. Gonna regret that, am I? Making little beeping sounds. Whoa. Whoa.
Got him.
Okay. So that was a thing. Yeah, still don't really know what happened there, but cool. Not very convenient that it always turns off my light whenever I bring up the big boy. Right, just lots of drugs.
Got it.
Okay. So, where even was I? Right, so, yeah, friend in a hard place. To the mental breaking point. Frequented many religious forums and the like. Wrong way, I think. and she wasn't very, like, secretive about her situation, so she talked with a lot of people, and lots of different social groups and support groups, I guess, even though they really didn't know what they were doing. Who is Chainsy? The sexiest man alive! Also the central member of the Payday Gang. Right. So unfortunately, friend... Maybe I should just call them Friend 1. Not again! What are you? Oh boy. Here we go again. Bad robot. Train tracks, please! Okay, Friend 1. That's what I'll finally call them. Okay. Friend 1. One that's in need of stuff. Came to be a prime target. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Okay, that's what I was saying. Here we go. I'm just gonna sit here. There we go. Friend 1. Yeah, became the prime target for this not a very high profile cult or anything. And of course it would be silly if they called themselves a cult. People probably wouldn't want to... I mean, some people certainly would join that. But... yeah, they sort of advertise themselves also as a sort of support group. Or spiritual guides. And the like. In which it was comprised of this... this really old, not really old man, like grey and wrinkly, but most of the way, like definitely somewhere between 40 and 50. But to describe his looks, he would be someone that you would see model for, you know, prison mugshot photos. Like, that's the person that you would see on TV and say, oh yeah, that's a pedophile. I can see that from, you know, his face. Yeah, it was that kind of guy, except without the, well, kind of without the mustache. He had kind of that crime stash sort of thing too. Just kind of a nasty fellow. Yeah. I don't know, like, he looked like he could be really sinister, but his face was just enough of a thing that it could seem friendly, too, which probably let him be successful with his stuff. Nasty man. I have pictures of him. I saved them from years ago, but I don't know if that would count as like slander or something to show them on stream with the context, and that's not important anyway. But at first I just heard about him, how he was helping, and I was saying, yeah, good. I really hope that your conversations and stuff really help you out in this situation, because, you know, I'm doing everything that I can to support you. Which, I mean, because we were like 14 at the time. We were a trio of friends that, due to busy schedules or both of them had some pretty nasty families. They seemed to have something, even just subconsciously, against all of us having a social gathering. Like, of any sort. Like, no matter who with or where in the world it took place or anything, just... They were kind of the oppressive sort. And... where was I going with that? Right, yeah, I was kept at a major distance at most times from both of them, and so I couldn't offer all that much support other than just basic verbal. Yeah, you can do it. Or, I mean, the best help that I had was to be able to be there and to listen to everyone's problems being talked about. Like, I am not a therapist, psychologist person, so I couldn't offer concrete advice back. So it was, with the magnitude of the problems and how pressing and constant they were upon Friend 1, it was a case where I could slow the damage and be there, and they valued that, but it was an inevitable decline to the larger war. So it was an inevitable thing that this problem was just going to keep getting worse and worse onwards. And I was so stressed out about trying to find out how to... It pretty much was like a war, just not with people actively dying. I was desperately trying to find ways and methods to plan things somehow in order to get an edge over these problems. Or look into the future to see, like... I mean, the three of us even had this plan, either jokingly or just as ideas, to either move just Friend 1 or Friend 1 and Friend 2, like, out to another house. And, like... on the day that we would go pick up Friend 1, we would rent out, this was definitely a joke part, but we would like rent out this super stylish Camaro and drive up just like blasting 80s music. I don't know, we had various memes and inside jokes back then, which was the great part about our friendship and such, was the sheer I don't know, we made a lot of, like, more inside jokes than most friendships ever get. And yeah, we all seemed to click pretty well. And it was always beautiful when even just within a day we would have like 5 new things to laugh about for months. Where was I going with that? What was I saying? Right, and it isn't. Yeah, so the best hope that I could think of was just to have everyone do their best and just hope that eventually, like after some years or something, a better situation could be found out, which would not be without permanent psychological damage. But it was seemed like the best case scenario, unless some other beautiful opportunity came along or something, or some change happened. But yeah, pretty much that was my situation. Was there was barely anything I could do. I had all of the will to help, but none of the resources or the capabilities. And I remember I even got so stressed about it that while I was trying to do my own schoolwork, I started having to have people come and help me with it, just to focus on it and get all of the information understood and be able to talk it out and hear it and stuff, methods of learning and all that. But eventually during that, I remember it got to the point where I just stopped speaking. Like, I kind of went mute. Because the, I don't know, there wasn't like a direct logical reason to it, I guess, but it was a product of being overly stressed about this. I of course never stopped thinking about how can I overcome this problem. But it just got to the point where there wasn't energy to focus on other things as well. So that contributed even more so to me not being able to make any meaningful contribution. Was I had my own limits as well, which I was more than willing to cross, but and eventually I did. Like, I tested my own mental fortitude over many months. And actually, all of this went on for about 2 years since we had met originally. And actually, the first year was pretty good. There was those problems and that stress and such, but it wasn't dire like it was in the second year. Like, second year, things ramped up. That was like season 2. Let's see. So yeah, I knew that I wouldn't be able to alone be able to fix things. So when I had heard that there was someone else that she was talking to, that she said was able to help out with all of this, and you know, actually provide some help, I thought, good, and an ally in this terrible war. Like, it probably won't be a lifesaver, but it's something that could at least add another buffer of slowing the problem, which could mean a better outcome a lot later on. So I was happy about that. And I just sort of let it be for a long while. But, let's see, how did I forget how exactly I learned about the details of everything. Like, when exactly. I just remember that she was some of their stuff was shared on social media platforms and such, like they would post something about a conversation they had or articles that they had shared, and actually I think I didn't have a Facebook account before all that stuff, and when I made a Facebook account, that's when I started seeing, oh yeah, it was all of this stuff that had not been shared on other social platforms that I was a part of. So it was like uncovering this whole other side to the situation, and I started seeing some things that concerned me quite a bit, like both Friend 1 and creepy helper guy. Very quickly went into very hardcore conservative born-again Christian stuff. I don't know what attributes to put on it, but I saw that he was going a very negative direction with everything that I knew that Friend 1 valued. Like, for example, with like there's one image specifically that I remember, which I would show, except I remember minimizing Fallout will make it crash. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. There's one image I think that said, like, it doesn't matter if you're a good person or if you do good things or, you know, anything positive. If you don't believe in God and do exactly what him and his followers tell you to do, you're going to burn forever in hell. Now, that is paraphrasing. It was a little more zingery, but imagine something like that put on a picture that has, like, flames everywhere, and the text was, like, bright orange and red. That is a perfect example for everything that this helper person shared and talked about. He was very, everyone is doomed, damnation, you're all going to burn, except maybe if you listen to me. If you do exactly what I say, maybe we'll get you a less hot fire in hell for being the sick little human that you are. I'm going to heaven, though, because I helped out God. Hello. So, I mean, he wasn't that blatant, of course. But he had a contextually fitting way of saying that without it's making him seem like he was blatantly an asshole to people like Friend 1. So how he spun this helper was he was able to... What scares me is he had experience, it seemed like. He knew exactly how to manipulate people. And he was able to sort of like push all the right buttons and draw Friend 1 in and make them seem like friends. And over time, Helper reinforced that this is actually how God is. You've been living rather loosely with your less intense religious beliefs, or I don't know what adjective works there, but yeah, like I don't know, less harsh basically, but putting it in a way that's less true. It's like less devout or something. But yeah, pretty much sent her on a path of, oh, I need to shape up my life, and this is what I've been missing out on. Like, you, pastor, have opened my eyes. And by the time I even started seeing any of this, it had already been several months of this. Not good, especially in her mental state. And a side effect of her being on the breaking point with her own life, there was how she became very she didn't have mental defenses so much as most people do. And she was then much more manipulatable and gullible, I guess, which made her even more of a prime target for Helper. And I'm trying to remember the sequence of how these events took place, but eventually I started like lightly bringing up my concerns, like, hey, friend one, this seems a bit negative. Like, are you okay with this? Is this help that you're getting good for you? Just questioning is actually a really good word for it. And now I had never, I mean, I had friends, like, sort of a social circle back in middle school or so, but this was new territory for me, having a bit of a deeper friendship than I see you in the chair across from me at a desk. Cool! And, you know, dealing with a person who is suffering through such dark issues, so looking back, it should have been a red flag that instead of friend one replying to me like, no, it's okay, I see or don't see from your perspective, etc., but no, things are fine here. They instead responded kind of like they were threatened, like a bit violently. Like, why would you question this? What? Yeah, I can't paraphrase that very well, but I mean, what are you? Okay, hang on. This is a call that I do need to take. Moment of silence. Oh, okay, there we go. Back. Alright. Right, where was I? That was, my headphones on the right way? Okay, there we go. Wait, are they? Yeah, good. Okay, so... yeah, friend one responded rather... I don't know what the word for it would be, but, like... It's, like, not violently. Threatened doesn't quite describe it, but... Yeah, pretty much responded in a threatened way. Threatened we, rather than... anything so calm. And I thought... Okay, she's in a sensitive place right now. Maybe me questioning someone who's trying to help her is... It just kind of struck a bit of a nerve. I had a way of sort of going with the benefit of the doubt kind of thing. I would always think of alternate circumstances or worst case scenarios and such, and recognize the paths that would lead there, but I wouldn't really pursue them until there was solid evidence that something was going wrong. Yeah, because if I would pursue something very probably going wrong, but not guaranteed, then I could trip something up. And, you know, like one wrong accusation or one wrong investigation or anything would devalue my power. It would take even more capacity away from me, which would in turn hurt friend one, and everything could collapse as I thought it in my mind. So I refrained from acting until called upon. But let's see, I forget if there's anything between, like, anything specific between learning about... Oh, yeah, right, there was one thing. I still voiced my concerns a little bit here and there, like, not talking about the helper exactly, but just... Like, I would either just talk directly to friend one about how she's doing, or... talk about the content that she or helper are posting, and would not approach it negatively exactly, but just try to ask, you know, how are you doing? What's this? I can see there's some good hell burning today. Still not entirely sure if that's... Could you help me understand the hell burning a little, perhaps? Most of which that I asked about was met with generic enough of a response that I really didn't get anything from it, and it would end in such a way that I couldn't ask the same question again, or like, could you be more specific? So yeah, it was kind of dead ends, or again being repelled away, being treated as a potential threat that should be defended against. And I started to see more and more that there was this behavior growing of helper and friend one were insiders and everyone else was outsiders, and outsiders should not be trusted. In which then I as I decided to look at this a little closer and like not just see social media posts in passing, but actually look at, like, through all of the history of all these and the conversations going on in comments and such, and even between websites like Facebook was one, but then I looked on that Holy Worlds Christian writing site. And I found other conversations there, and I just pieced all of these things across this network. And I started finding a whole bunch of other members that were a part of this circle. It seemed, except this circle wasn't very circular, it was more like cluster here, king here. Yeah, not really. They structured it like a circle. They all looked up to this helper, but they advertised, at least themselves, as like a circle that has one particularly helpful member that everyone looks up to. And then that's when I noticed another concerning detail, is that this, the rest of this group were of a very specific demographic, that being of young, vulnerable female. And in large contrast to the person that they looked up to, which was this helper, who was, you know, a good 30 years age difference, and male, and all that. And I had also noticed that a lot of them had similar features to Friend 1. It's around that point where it kind of dawned to me that it kind of seemed like Friend 1 was being added to a collection, especially with how everyone else had... Like, I looked at them, and there was no doubt to me that they were very much creepy. They were more conditioned into the whole religious standpoint and follow helper or else sort of mentality, in the same way that Friend 1 was going, but to a greater extent. And that's when some of my, like, things going wrong mental fanfiction stories started having a tangible part to them. And I started imagining, oh, what if this is where Friend 1 is going? And I looked through all of their conversations, or public conversations and such, and found what I could of the other members' stuff prior to all of this, and I found some scary similarities between some of the other members being kind of conditioned, and Friend 1, and that whole situation. And yeah, so that's when my perspective switched from kind of concerning but not my business to this might be a major problem. And so I I don't remember exactly the context of gathering, but Friend 1, like, I voiced my newer concerns to Friend 1 a bit, and Friend 1 talked to Helper, and looking back on this, it was sort of a David and Goliath situation, Bible story, where I did not have much knowledge or resources or experience, and they had a lot. But I see the mistake in talking to someone who's potentially under Helper's control and expecting Friend 1 to act independently. In which, through taking that risk that I didn't really know was a risk, my hand was essentially revealed to the Helper. That I'm not a distant kind of friend that says, "Oh, I'm sorry you feel bad. Oh, I hope you get better. Bye," and just stands back. And I also wasn't the kind of friend that was dumb. Like, I wasn't just going to be like, "Oh, yeah, a person, go off with them. You do all that. I will be... I won't say anything. I won't oppose this." He knew exactly what kind of person I was and knew that I need to be tested as to whether I was a threat or not. And there was a meeting that was set up in... Oh, it feels even worse looking back on it, but in this chat room that we had on the website Chatsy, I believe, which we had since like the day after we had very first met, because we all hit it off when we first met at a buffer, I don't know what it would be called, but buffering session. Pretty much a group had gotten together to sword fight with soft weapons, pretty much, which was brilliantly fun. I loved those days. Where's it going? Oh yeah, so Helper was brought directly into this chat room, and I was going to try to ask him, like, what exactly is going on. There's a lot of negative stuff going on here. There's even more shady behavior going on. Could you give me any sort of assurance that my friend is not in immediate danger? I of course didn't ask as directly as that. I more just asked, almost kind of poking holes in all of the hell stuff and all that. But Helper was, of course, very experienced in how to deal with this, and sort of did a Kellyanne Conway, but didn't have to make that much nonsense. But either, like, they had their tactics down with how to divert a conversation, where, like, I would ask one question, especially when it would have to deal with Friend 1 personally. Like, I made some good points, like, there's some things that are very important to Friend 1 that have been only a positive influence on Friend 1's life. But according to these things that you post and these things that you say, wouldn't these positive things actually be devilish? Wouldn't they? I mean, pretty much everything would be devilish in some way, but with the dogma that he was selling, pretty much, instead of making lists of what wasn't good, there was just a central list of what is good and what is godly. And anything that wasn't that was then not God, and was evil in some way and needed to be given up. And he actually found a way to work against me a bit, where in every positive thing that I brought up about Friend One's life, Helper took the opportunity to give sort of a lecture as to why these things were bad, and tore them down, and this was sort of a vessel to accelerate the Helper's plans, and tear down a few more things in Friend One's life that she hadn't thought about, or hadn't mentioned. And she took everything he said to heart, and she was like, oh, I didn't know that this would be so bad exactly. And it was weird. It was like everything that I did was immediately a counterattack against myself. Which, I mean, I wasn't putting up a very good fight, in quotes. So I wasn't that powerful, like that tricky to deceive and counter, but Helper was doing it effortlessly, like pretty much this conversation countering and diverting and such to him was like XCOM for me. He loved every moment of it, and he's gotten good. And then whenever I would ask questions about his stuff specifically, he wouldn't answer my questions so much as ask a counter question and then divert the first question by like purposefully misinterpreting what I was saying, and always getting like a little bit offended at what I would say. Not so much to have to storm out of the room or something, but just be like, oh wow, you're being kind of insensitive towards my beliefs, mister. And like, thinking back on it, it's extremely uncomfortable, but it's almost fascinating looking at everything that he did, because he manipulated like an art. I mean, there wasn't that much going. He wasn't, not like he was making masterpieces of deception, but just he knew every place to socially pivot, and every point to, like, not only just to divert to something random, but he knew exactly what to divert to either make me look bad, or to make Friend One feel like they need to change something about themselves. And this whole meeting, which I thought would bring maybe some clarity, or convince Friend One maybe this isn't such a good route to go, you know, all this negativity and going to hell and stuff, but instead that whole meeting became the catalyst, or the perfect gateway for Helper to convince Friend One that I was actually not a good influence, and she shouldn't actually listen to me because I wasn't a follower of this brand of religion. I mean, I was still Christian at the time, or that sort of thing. I was... I remember seeing a scale of, you know, the stages of religious psychology, where I was to the third one. The first one is pretty much when you're an infant, when everything is just sort of magical and things just happen without explanation, and that's cool. The second is pretty much where most people stay, where it's just standard religion, like here's the rules, here's God, here's what he tells you to do, and you do it, and that sort of thing. I was to the third one, which is usually where people divert away from religion towards more free thinking. But they still they sort of allow themselves to question things. They think more. They like they can even question the Bible a little bit, like I did. I didn't throw religion away entirely, but you know, I didn't subscribe to the whole you know, oh, stone the people, stone them all. Oh, that person got sexually assaulted, did they? Have them marry the assaulter and then stone them. Stone the victim. Justice all around. You know, some of that sounded a bit weird to me, and I just admittedly cherry-picked the good stuff, and didn't subscribe to the whole damnation, fire, to hell with you. And Helper was able to pick onto that. Or catch onto that, yeah. And he was able to show that side of me, which I walked into, unfortunately. I did not... Like, I was in a position where I couldn't really see any of these moves coming, unfortunately. So I... And he knew that he let me walk right into all of the places that he wanted me to be, and took advantage of every move that I made. So I pretty much in saying what my beliefs were, or in saying how I thought anything personal about me, Helper was able to flip that on its head and use that as a reason for Friend 1 to not trust me and actually leave me behind. And it was a little bit after that that I realized that's actually where things are going. There was a moment where everything just clicked so hard, and I realized everything that had been going on and every mistake that I had made. It was like this moment of perfect clarity, and there was failure everywhere. And that's when I realized what, like, exactly what I had done wrong, exactly what this person was doing, and what sealed it was shortly after that, in talking with Friend 1, they disclosed to me that they had actually tried to commit suicide several times already. Even, like, I had... us trio of friends had been at her house at one of our rare gatherings. Apparently, just after we left, she tried to commit suicide. And that was only one of many times. And like, that blew my mind. How, like, I was right there. And within 24 hours of standing right there next to her, she tried to kill herself. And it just... that was way beyond what I thought the situation had gotten to. But upon realizing that, I realized, yeah, this is exactly where the situation has gotten to. I just didn't... It's not that I didn't want to see, so I didn't. It was more, that seems kind of extreme, and that doesn't seem to be a part of her personality, so put that aside for now. I haven't seen any signs of that. Ooh. Big mistake. I blinded myself a bit, and he used it against me hard. Yeah. So... already at that point... I mean, I didn't want to ask her exact details, like, oh yes, and why didn't you? That would have been horrible, and thank goodness I didn't. You know, that at least I knew. Step carefully around, so I didn't get the details of, you know, how, why, or when, even though why was mostly apparent. You know, all the problems that had been going on at the point. She just mentioned that she had tried various methods, and at least part of the times it didn't work because she would back down from it, like she was too scared to kill herself. Which was almost worse. And she would refuse to see Helper as anything but a savior, and herself as garbage that was just so unholy. And such, who was couldn't bring herself to be pure and do what Helper was telling her to do. In which, inquiring about what he was asking to tell her to do, I noticed everything that she was telling me, fortunately, there wasn't anything blatantly sexual or stuff like that, how these things can make turns like that. But I noticed everything that the Helper was asking was either impossible or highly impractical, or something like this, where it's like all of these requests and ways of betterment and everything were designed to just break her down. Like, I don't remember. But there was just these, like, she would be told that there's something about herself that isn't good. That's not a godly thing. So you need to just wean that out of your life. But, like, it would be something that gave her mental clarity, like, kept her from killing herself. Kept her from feeling so terrible. So she would start trying to stop that. But when she would stop that, she would feel so much worse and hurt herself. And then she would, in her weakness, go back to it. And it would create this cycle where she would always end up back at square one, but she would have a new wound every time. And she would feel even worse about herself every time. And that was happening constantly. Like, a cycle like that could complete itself within a day or two. And it was getting faster the more it was happening. And there was more than one of these cycles in process. And that was another sort of revelation moment where it's like if you're a soldier on the ground or so, and you're like a group of 1 or 3 or so fighting against 1 or 2 in the distance. It's like, okay, we have, you know, a fighting chance here. This sucks, but, you know, we can fight. This feeling that I had was like looking up and seeing alien battleships everywhere in the sky that were just in the process of dropping nukes. Like, oh, I've lost, haven't I? And my friend is the price of losing. And at that moment, alongside all of the stress that I was already feeling, you know, being mute from all of this worry that I had, and it just all boiled down, and I couldn't really think straight. Exactly. I mean, in the panic of all of this already, it was hard to think so quickly, which, another rookie mistake of mine. I should have... I panicked a bit throughout it because there was an element of extreme danger, and it felt like I had to rush to, you know, be faster than this danger that was chasing us. And which I should have just taken every moment at a time, given my mind time, which I had, and not panicked, not rushed. Made my mind like a sharp sword, strong and sturdy. But, yeah, naivete with stress and all that. I had no idea what to do, and no way to think of a solution. So I openly denounced the helper. And the worst thing I did, goddammit, was I started denouncing, because at this point I was starting to go through a process out of religion, kind of, or not out of religion, exactly, but sort of on the path out of religion, but questioning it all a lot more, like finally taking a look through the entirety of the Bible, and instead of cherry-picking like, oh yeah, it's the Bible, we believe it, it's fine, don't even look at it, don't question it. This was the time where I was finally looking at it all equally, like, I should, you know, use critical thinking upon the entirety of this. Why haven't I, so far? Yeah, everything came to a head all at once, and I started denouncing, you know, parts of the Bible, and started questioning religion openly, and several times even on the helpers or friend ones, like, social media, like religious posts that they would make, or articles that they would share, and to even question any part of, well, anything religious to them at this point was blasphemy, and like, whoa there, child, you are being very misguided right now. You need to not freak out and give in to the devil. You need to be one of us. One of us. Them specifically, and not all, you know, not saying all religious people are the weird twins from, what was it, The Room? I don't know. That's Tommy Wiseau twins. But that was pretty much their view of it at that point, and yeah, that just condemned me the rest of the way. Like, it was really interesting seeing my friend one talk about it, either in part to me or elsewhere, like on different blogs and such. How she said that she, like, everyone in their helper group, which I will now refer to as the cult, the entire cult was all pressuring and pleading for friend one to just leave me behind. Like, I was a bad, not godly person, I should be left behind because I just won't be able to understand God. But she stuck around and, like, tried to stay friends with me regardless of that. Which was sad, but that was kind of inspiring when I was reading that, how, like, even through all of that pressure that they were feeling, and even though they were at the point of even taking their own life, or trying to, that they still wanted to maintain that friendship that the trio of us had. Which I haven't really mentioned Friend 2. Goddamn, Friend 2 was a part of it. Not like an inside job sort of thing, but Friend 2 was the type that Helper liked to see in his target's friends, where they see, oh, this is a religious healer. This is a spiritual guide for God. I think you should listen to him and follow him wholeheartedly, and I shall support you in it, but not get directly involved, because I have my own business to tend to. I have a busy life too, you know. In which, I mean, Friend 1, of course, had a right to not be, so... like, if they didn't need to be so directly involved, that's okay. Like, they were a lot busier than me, usually. But I don't know if he knew what was going on. But it almost seemed like he did. I don't know. But he... whenever there was a point of leverage that I could use, anything to talk to Friend 1, to sympathize, empathize, or just to come to any sort of understanding, Friend 2 would come in and disagree with me and say that I was silly or overreacting and close off any connection that I had. And if I read some of these blog posts right, they had a lot of private conversations as well, where Friend 2 actually dissuaded many of the doubts that Friend 1 had about Helper, and sort of eased her into the Helper's grasp. And yeah, I couldn't really be friends with him after that. That was an unfortunate circumstance. Yeah, because Friend 2 was also very religious, not the same kind of hell and damnation and fire everywhere kind of religious, but they all had the kind of family that it's like they had their beliefs, not gonna question them, not gonna really talk about them with other people. These are our beliefs here. And whatever he heard from Helper, he seemed to agree with, especially in the context of helping Friend 1. So he joined them, essentially became an ally of them, thinking that it was... it wasn't any sort of switching sides, so it was just, you know, moving forward to help Friend 1. And I was the one that was suddenly losing it and questioning this nice man. Because You silly Nevik, you questioning God. You've become like those silly atheists. You are no longer godly. You know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, any legitimate or made-up questioning of religion that was portrayed of me was all a major point for both of them to distance themselves from me. So yeah, I lost that battle. I panicked for a while and openly spoke against it, tried to denounce it as loudly as I could and as publicly as I could, everything that Helper was doing. But by then it was really too late, and Helper knew it. He wasn't so evasive of me then, once I was the enemy in the eyes of Friend 1 and Friend 2. It's like, rather than have to create some sort of diversion topic where I ask or say one thing and then he says or asks 7 other questions, all of which have weird inaccuracies and such that call to me to correct in order to get the context of anything that I was saying right, but it would take so long just to address that one set of questions, and he rapid fires them. God, that's a stressful wave, a hive of scum and villainy. Yeah, he didn't have to do any of that anymore. Like, he was pretty much silent. He was present, almost like we were all in a room and he was just sitting at the end of it, just watching me. It felt like he didn't have to say, and he had receded from any public it seemed like everything, it had gotten personal enough that everything was personal messages now. And that was how all further contact there was done. Especially since public posts and such were the only way that I had information, so pretty much all he had to do was just to sit there and maybe message privately and get the whole of the cult to back him up and just say, yeah, let it go, Friend 1. He's not coming. He's lost, along with the other atheists. Ah. Except I wasn't even an atheist at that time. I was just questioning, like, geez, settle down there. But yeah. I forgot if I had last contact first or if this news came through later, but soon after that there's this one blog post that Friend 1 made that was a very personal post. That this was apparently a very something that was troubling Friend 1 a lot during pretty much the entire year, especially when Helper came along. And she had only just begun feeling obligated enough to tell this personal stuff to Helper, and Helper then urged Friend 1 to make it all public. That being apparently she was convinced that in some capacity she had some sort of addiction or something to sex. And that wasn't... I mean, not sex like with another person, but sexuality. It detailed how they... well, masturbation and such, but how they would go onto like websites and go into like sexy chat rooms and such and roleplay out really nasty scenarios and such, like really graphic and vulgar. Not so much that it just was sex, like that's not really counted as nasty in this circumstance. It's just the kind of erotic role-playing that's just really disrespectful and not very loving, just very shoving some phallic objects in some oral orifices, very whoo, so that, of course, was another thing contributing heavily to feeling personally very uncomfortable and bad and not good about themselves. And of course, since this went against her beliefs at the time anyway, it was already bad from the beginning, but when Helper came in and super enforced that, it weighed down on her conscience all the more. And then when she came out about it to him, and he made her go public with all of it, with that came the little bit of support, like, oh yes, this is a bad thing, but we're here for you to stop immediately. Yeah, there was sort of the support, like, we'll be here for you, kind of. But everything else was just the shame. Like, oh, you've done a bad thing, and you've been doing it for a long time, and you need to stop right now, you piece of trash. Anything that she had left, because most of the problems that she was dealing with were on the outside, but this issue hit much more personally with things that no one else knew about. And it's like that got past the last social barrier, I guess. And they pretty much had full access to everything that was her psyche. And yeah, that was the last barrier that went down. And she was theirs. And there was not really anything left to hold on to not commit suicide. Of course, I tried to... As I realized I was kind of negative against all of the religious stuff. And I didn't realize that I myself was getting kind of negative towards all of this. And I just become sort of a negative voice, which was dumb. And so I did sort of a 180, and I said, I'm proud of you for being able to talk about things bothering you. I'm here to support you. I accept you unconditionally. Which I think is, you know, known for being said by someone in that holy book there. But that was another point for everyone else to condemn me on, because they treated it like I was trying to enable a very bad addiction. And yeah, they pushed me out of there fast. Like, I wasn't allowed to so much as come online, like, anywhere without scrutiny. And even more, shortly after that, one of the only other people that they, like, purely looked up to, a band member, because she was a major fan of Celtic Thunder, and this was right around the point where I think the one that she even loved the most, one of the band members died rather suddenly. And at that point, there was just so much going on. I was spent and stressed, and she was dealing with so many soul-crushing things individually, all at once. I couldn't even imagine. And she was to the point of no longer having that sympathy, like, okay, I'll try to get him to see things our way, and, you know, so we can be friends. She was out of that sympathy. She'd finally sort of become disillusioned and was ready to let go of me. And it even got to the point where just one day in the morning I messaged her. In the morning I messaged her there. Just saying, I hope you have a nice day today. It got... That message being sent apparently really... She did not like that. Because it kind of created a conflict. Like... It was just that positivity that had become kind of foreign and just was something that she could not deal with. I'm not describing it quite right, but it wasn't like, oh, positivity, go away. It was, just a very complex, in-context thing. Like, it was a major contrast to everything else. It was like she had a lot that she saw wrong with herself, and she was trying to work on that, and it was not going to be a nice day. There were not going to be very many nice days until she fixed herself. And me coming in being like, I really hope you find happiness, was almost like an indirect taunt, like me saying you should be who you already are, who she saw as a horrendous person as herself. So even that, she got angry at me for that. And alongside everyone else trying to push me away, and even my online presence apparently hurting her. When that band member died, that's when I just decided to cut losses and pray for her, ironically, and just let go. And I just gave her a final message of, I'm really sorry about the band member dying. I mean, I knew his name at the time, I'm forgetting it now, but it was that one member of Celtic Thunder that died. I remember news of it. Yeah, I saw that and I just said, yeah, I'm sorry that happened. And then I just left, like, unfriended on social media platforms, and deleted from contacts everywhere else, like Skype and such, and just it was gone. Just that was as far as that went, and I have not seen anything from them since. I'm not sure whether they're still alive or not. And the disturbing thing is I don't know whether to hope for her still being alive or being dead. Because if she's alive, she has to deal with all this stuff, and I don't know how. Yeah, it's kinda dark. It doesn't really have a happy ending, unfortunately. No, this whole situation that I've just described has haunted me to this day. I still think about it every day because it's just horrific and dark, and it never got a conclusion. And I mean, there's the whole human brain thing about, like, there needs to be a finish to things. You like, when I forget what I think it has an effect name or something, but something with the human brain. Like, if you set up a row of dominoes, there's something that needs satisfaction from, you know, seeing them all fall, or like completing a tic-tac-toe puzzle. And if you just erase it and get rid of it, it's like that tension is still there, and it hurts not completing it. Sort of an ultimate version of that happened with this situation, and so that effect is still lingering in my mind to some extent. How it's... I mean, it's been long enough that that's kind of receded, and actually it has helped a lot to... with all of the stories that I've made, and such, like all of the D&D campaigns and the like. Actually, a lot of inspiration that I have for all of the stories that I've made come from that whole situation. That gave me a lot of insight and, you know, inspiration into the dark sorrow, and how some people can just be really nasty. Bad things. And just the intenseness of the situation and everything going to hell. I feel like I've been able to, you know, channel all of the conflict positively. Thank goodness. Like, I think I actually got out at a good time. Because if I had gone too much farther, like a matter of days or so, it would have broken my head. Ugh. But yeah, it's just a weird situation. And like all of my experience that I got from that has sort of made me who I am today, but it's such a terrible thing. It's like I got a lot of knowledge and insight and emotional experience and physical, like, intellectual battle experience and such from that whole thing, which have been instrumental in my development to this point. So it's a really weird paradox between being the person who I like today, who I really like, this is cool, and having all of the resources and knowledge that I have now, and having that situation still be a thing, or having that situation having not happened, yeah, But I don't know how that would affect who I am now. So the whole situation is this really weird thing where I have no idea if I'm glad that... not that it happened, but that this is the timeline, and that I got... like, taking into context that if it didn't happen, things would be very different for me, maybe not in a positive way or negative. It's a big unknown there. But it feels wrong to say, but there's a lot of positives that came out, that I was able to draw out of that situation. I don't know. Like... I guess regardless of what or how I think about it, it's just... that happened. And it ended without an ending. And it's harrowing and dark and stuff. But at least I'll never forget it. And... yeah... that's... a really unfortunate story. Yeah, I still don't know really what to do about it, I just... and sort of, as I said, I put all of my energy into just making stories. The storyteller! Yes! Combining the energy from it and the emotional weight and putting it into a creative vessel. It's been the perfect way of dealing with it all. So... yeah, I guess that's the end. Huh. Feels like there should be more of an end to saying all this, but it's just... yeah. How long was I talking for? Yeah. That's a much better picture there. Okay. Actually, I think it is... yeah. End to the story without an ending. Yeah. I guess it just kind of ends with... I left, which also is bad. It feels bad. Feels bad, man. You know, I'm kind of, like, there wasn't really any doubt that leaving was sort of the best course of action at that point, but it almost just feels... there's that doubt there, like... did you leave your friend in the worst place ever? Maybe not ever, you could probably top that somehow. This universe is crazy. But did you leave them? Did they need you and you left them there? Did you kind of abandon them with that on them? Especially because they had just been hit with everything. Was it really the best way to go to just give an apology and hope for the best? And just... because I didn't even get to really say, like... we didn't get to have that reminiscing, like... we had good times, didn't we? It was just... sorry. And then... I didn't even say goodbye, really. Just... I guess... unfriending, uncontacting was kind of the... silent goodbye, which was probably more fitting than any words at that point, just out of respect and not escalating anything in a negative way. And actually in the way that it was said, since I kind of, it wasn't a it was a bit of a rushed goodbye, since I mean that day I still, like, I had to go somewhere, like that was sort of the last message. I had to write that within 10 seconds what I said. There's one way that I thought about the sentence that I gave, like exactly how I worded it, and the context of how they really didn't like me and how I was being negative a bit before that. I still really kind of worry that me saying, oh, I'm sorry that the person died, sounded sarcastic. And I really hope they didn't take it as a sarcastic remark. Like, oh, really sorry that they died. Bye! Goodness. I might never know. Goodness sakes. Yeah. So, that's what I think about every day. Every harrowing moment. Every inspirational idea. Oh, it is about time for me to go, though. So I guess this is a convenient stopping point? Oh no, that's a sandstorm, isn't it? A radstorm. Well, looks like we're gonna die anyway. Because our radiation is pretty much at maximum. We've triggered a bit of a storyteller's event here. This seems to happen sometimes when the storytelling energy gets to a heightened point where things in whatever we're playing just happen in such a way. Everything, just the right things happen at just the right times. To complete an energy and a mood. What a way to end. Beautiful. Good night, everyone. See you next stream. Stars are beautiful. Oh, and sorry making everyone here, like, eternally depressed now. That's, like, the most depressing thing to end on. Sorry! Happier things later, like, you know, tomorrow, the end of net neutrality. Oh, god damn it. I mean, I'll try to stream, you know, tomorrow, unless the internet is dead forever. But yeah, in before net neutrality dies stream. That would be nice. Oh, goodness. What a world. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Go do something happy. Find the happy things in the world. They are there. They're around. Create the positivity. Nice story, mate. Oh, I wondered if he was still here through it. Yes. Glad you enjoyed. That went a lot longer than I thought. I thought that would only be like an awkwardly told 10-minute story or something. But, yes. Thank you for sticking around. Yes, that's sort of the thing that we do here on this stream. Nuanced stories and depth. No matter where the depths go, what the abyss holds. Or what outer space has, you know, stars, cosmic events. Cool. Which, oh, we have a Discord. I should link that here if I can. Here, I think just Discord. Yeah, because that's the best place to know all the community stuff. Oh, is that not a command on YouTube? I thought I had it as a command on YouTube. Nightbot, where are you? Never mind. Actually, hang on. I can link directly from. Here, I can even show it. So I have. Hang on. Where is it? Yes, there you are. Oh, this will interrupt the music a bit, but yeah. Look, this here. Let me put that in. Can I do that to all chance? I don't know. There you go. Broadcaster. There. Cool. And back into the music. Whoa. Alright. So yes, that's our community center. If anyone wants to join that. That's the best place to know where streams are going to be a thing and you know, connect with other people. The best thing. Yes. Woo! Venomous Virtual. Welcome to the Discord. Cool. Yes, look forward to seeing you all in there. And yes, good night. Sorry for making everything depressing. Not entirely depressing. I mean, good things came from it at least. So that's the thing. Not all bad. And life goes on. For now. Yes, hope to see people next time. Whenever that is.
Fare thee well. And rest in fucking peace.